We gotta talk to someone about that music. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, bud?
Just doing stuff and things. How's everything with you?
Chilling like a villain
I'm
again.
saying. I am saying. How's your week been?
You know, I went on a paranormal investigation. I know it's not the topic, but it was an awesome thing. Me and the Magic Valley Paranormal team, which are awesome. We inducted 3 new members this week. Great people, great human beings. Did an investigation at Massacre Rocks, and we had a lot of fun, man. Had a lot of fun, got a lot of communication. Yeah. How about
That's
your
funny.
weekend? What did you do, brother?
You know the funny thing about my weekend. You ready for this?
I am ready. I am ready.
I also went on a paranormal investigation with an incredible group, and not only that, but myself, Muddy, and another friend of ours was inducted onto this team. So it was
It
incredible.
doesn't get any better than that, man.
And you know the funny thing, and I was talking to Muddy about this, and I think I mentioned it to you that day too, was we went on a paranormal investigation in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And I never thought about this, and it kind of opened my brain box a little bit. But Muddy had said it, and you had said it. And it is, if ghosts are going to be there at night, they're going to be there during the day.
And
I'll
that's
tell you
just
what, we did get a lot of stuff.
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
Mud Lover.
Hey, Muddy.
Muddy
Yeah.
is also on the team.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
And you know what? And spiritual movement and all of that. I mean, whatever's going to happen at night happens during the daytime. I think one of the reasons why we don't really pay attention to it during the day is because we're busy. We're walking around. We got this going on. You know, there's traffic going on. And it probably frustrates the heck out of all the spirits because they're just sitting there like, hey, he's not listening again. Hey there, pumpkin girl.
Hi, pumpkin girl. Well, you know what's funny is you're right. And I think that when people think of ghost stories and paranormal research and that kind of stuff, they are thinking, oh man, that stuff only happens at night, and it doesn't. There's a lot of activity. I think we're a little controlled by the TV shows that we watch about paranormal stuff. Everything happens at night.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they're like, I'm right here. But everything happens at night. And any of the, like the Dude and Bro show, anybody like that, it happens at night. But once we talk to folks like you, like Susie, like Muddy, like Pumpkin Girl, Azalea, these things happen during the day.
Yeah.
They happen during the day. And that just blows my friggin' mind.
Yeah, it is awesome. It was a good thing to be able to communicate. It was neat. It was nice to talk to spirits of our age, maybe a little bit older, maybe a tad bit older, but yeah.
What's 150 years?
Yeah. So
yeah, we got some really good communication. That was good. That was a good investigation. So
I had a blast. You know what the best part about those things are is hanging out with friends, man. Is
Absolutely.
Sitting there, the camaraderie, the talking, the joking, the laughing, the communication. When we do get it, it's like, you know, we're all in on it. We're all a team. It's just amazing. It kind of reminds me of like the camaraderie in the football team, in the military when you're out on your patrols. Everybody's watching everybody. Everybody's it was awesome. It's amazing.
And it's so funny that you say that, because I think that the energy of all the folks that were with us, because that the group that was with us, with the exception of Azalea, and she hasn't come out yet, but I think we're all high energy, and we bring that energy with us,
Mhm.
and that energy translates into, okay, these people are receptive. Let's go talk to them, and I'm looking forward to going out there at night, because
Oh,
just to listen and hear what's going on out there, that's going to be the exciting part.
I bet you the energy out there at night ramps up, especially with not so many, people out there playing frisbee, doing this, doing
Sure,
that.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. It was
excited.
it was an awesome
Muddy
weekend.
and I were talking about that. Muddy and I were talking about that, and yeah, it's definitely going to be quite the interesting investigation. I mean, it's going to be something. Definitely going to be something.
So
So, what do you want to talk about tonight, pal? I got a
today,
couple things.
today
Is the right to
I
talk about?
have I have something that I want to describe, and I want to see if you or anybody out there on online can guess what I'm talking about. It was, and I'll describe it to a T. I used to have one as a kid, and it's not a stutter or a lisp. It was,
Is it a peg leg? Is it a what my mom have?
wait, I forgot we're online. Could be. With that being said, I'm going to describe it and then I will let you guys guess. Okay. As a child, I had one. It was awesome. I almost broke my back on it. Me and my best friend used to have one, Sean Howe, and it was awesome. So this thing was made in 1969. It first came out, right? And it was described with and if I describe it too good, you guys are gonna be able to check it out. But um, this thing used to be able. It was created so it can do skids and spin outs and drift.
Oh my gosh!
It was amazing. The popularity boom happened in 1970. Okay, it was very affordable. It was only $15 again at the time. 1970 was kind of pricey, but $15, nothing like today's prices. It fit in the sidewalks, driveways. Most suburban areas had them. Kids running around. It was the speed on them, the driftability.
Yeah, buddy.
It was amazing. Lewis Marks and the company created this thing, and it was all throughout the 70s. In 1978, he ended up selling the company, and then in 1980, or yeah, in the early 80s, they ended up going out of business. They brought him back, and then the comparative toy that was kind of like it was called a green machine, but that was for the rich kids. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know
Muddy,
exactly.
you know?
And you know what's funny is Muddy actually knows as well. So hey, yeah, Muddy, throw it out there.
Throw it out there. It
Because
was amazing.
everybody had one.
Me and my best friend had one, and my
Yes.
big brother took us out into like the field where there was a big drop off, and they used to push us off. And I swear this drop off was like the big wheel. Yes, ma'am. The big wheel. This drop off was like 7 feet, and we would fly through the air. That's how I almost broke my back. Don't get me wrong. My brothers almost killed me a couple of times, but
Well, yeah, that's what
that was part of growing up in our age. But yeah, the big wheel was amazing. It was just the funnest thing ever. It was awesome. When we got a little bit older, my brothers would tie a rope to the front and tow us on their bikes. And yeah, we would go sliding.
And you go sliding around the corner, hoping that they're going to be far enough ahead to snap you back in. If not, you were in the ditch.
Yeah. Road rash all over your arms. Yeah.
Don't be a baby.
Yeah.
We're in pants that were too short, not short pants.
Yeah.
Our play clothes.
Yeah.
And we were in some tore up t-shirt that
Oh
said
yeah.
whatever on it. Yeah. Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
sweaty with
Yeah.
the dirt rings around our necks.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
So
And then if you started bleeding too much, don't tell
yeah,
mom, don't tell mom, don't tell mom. I'll give you this, I'll
exactly.
give you that. Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to ride mine off the roof. We had a pitched roof.
Oh shoot.
And I
Yeah.
always wanted to ride it off there. And I thought, you know what? Number one, my dad'd be pissed if I rode down the roof because he's like, you're tearing my roof up. It's going to leak. But the other thing is about a 10-foot drop. And I thought, man, I'm going to break my big wheel. So,
Yeah.
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 And
Those.
I actually got my big wheel, I think, secondhand. So it
Oh
was
yeah, so did
already
I. Yeah, so did I. It
broken.
already had holes in the front tire that just made it grab that much more.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, it was the traction we were talking about.
Oh
Missing
yeah.
the back seat, the seat back had a friggin' holes in it so you could adjust it. Oh,
Notch
yeah.
it back.
That was good stuff. Hey, Muddy, can you bring up a picture of a big wheel? That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah, those were
I,
so cool.
yeah.
I
Dude, we
think
had a hill by our house that we had to go walking down, walk to school on. It's called Mahoney. And it started, and then about halfway through, there was a little bit of a hump. And we would friggin' take those stupid things down that hill.
oh
And it's
yeah.
amazing how we're not dead.
Oh yeah.
It's
No.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it with all the trips that I had to the emergency room, I don't know how my mom never had a nervous breakdown because I had fallen off a walking bridge twice as a kid. There was so many near drownings where they pulled me out of the water. I was a very, very active kid, and it was just nuts. It was nuts. Yeah, we came out in the newspaper for riding down the walking bridge on skateboards and flying down the walking bridge into the dirt with broken glass and everything at the bottom. And it was good times, man. Good times.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah,
Thanks, Muddy.
yeah. Look at that.
Oh my God, does that bring back memories? Look at the
Yeah, it
lawsuit.
absolutely does.
I get
Yeah,
it. Thanks, Muddy.
that's awesome.
Yeah, kids nowadays are not going to know the stupid fun that we had.
No.
From riding a stupid piece of plastic big wheel to having rock fights,
Oh yeah, yeah. The rock
BB
fights
gun
were-
wars,
There you
and
go.
if you stomped in a puddle just right, the guy next to you would get wet.
Yeah, and you won't.
You had to do the step just right.
Those were the
Yeah.
good times, man.
And it was like I said, the stuff that these kids are going through nowadays. I would be a kid,
You know, I look at today. You have children that are suffering from depression.
Oh, there
Man,
you go.
you know what I
Bring up
mean?
a pogo. Yeah,
Oh, the
exactly.
pogo
And
stick. I remember those.
oh my gosh, we got a pogo stick one time. Of course, it was secondhand, and we got this pogo stick. And my mom actually, I can't remember if it was my mom or my older sister that brought it home. No, it had to be my older sister or my dad. But we could not ride it very long because my mom, being in the medical field before she was the school lunch lady, she said that the pogo stick would knock your heart out of rhythm. And I didn't know any better. We rode that thing. Oh my, I've fallen off of that thing. And now you see some of those guys on YouTube, and they're friggin' doing stunts that are just incredible.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good
Back in our
stuff.
day, if we did any kind of stunt like that, it was totally by accident, and it's a miracle we didn't die.
You're absolutely right. And the funny thing about it is, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, no. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna try and hit this jump that's a piece of wood on two rocks.
Did you do that as a kid also? Make the ramps for your bikes and the big wheels and oh yeah.
Everything. We had a piece of half-inch ply. that my dad said we could use. And
Yeah,
we would put rocks on it. You had to use two rocks
two rocks or
because if you
bricks,
use,
and
yeah,
you had to. If you didn't put something in the middle, you would flip. And I learned
exactly.
that
So
the hard way.
you had to, yeah, right. Oh, what does Muddy say? Oh, stilts. Yeah, stilts.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that?
the two by
Remember
fours
that?
with the step. Those were amazing, man. And
Good
you know
stuff.
what? One of the best things that we ever had as a kid was a regular cardboard box out on the side of a walking bridge when the grass was tall and it was wet. Me and my friend Sean would get inside of there, close the lid, and slide down 100 miles an hour and hope you didn't hit a tree. And if you rolled, that was half the fun.
Extra points.
Extra point. Oh yeah,
Well, you know,
yeah.
if you watch the Little League World Series, excuse me, and I don't know where they're played at, but there's actually a hill that these kids take their cardboard boxes on and they slide down this really cool hill.
You're
It's
kidding me.
awesome. It's incredible. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And I
that's
can't remember
cool.
what they call it, but oh my gosh, it was just incredible.
That's
So
awesome.
I got a couple things from 1972. And
Good
these
year.
are actually ghost movies. So these are ghost story movies from 1972. Now,
Good
I'm
theme.
not all
Good theme.
horror. And these back then, we had a 12-inch TV. My brother and I shared a room. And I don't know if it had an antenna or not, but he would come in and turn these movies on when I was a kid, and I'm crying, oh, turn it off, and Mom. So
Yeah.
well, there's some. Maybe you've heard of them. I only have heard of a couple of these, but number 10 was A Reflection of Fear, and it's funny because in that 70s, there's a lot of psychological stuff that was going on. All the
Mhm.
70 movies, they either blood guts, somebody's getting their head cut off, or the psychological. This is a psychological horror film about a disturbed young girl. Well, there you go, right there, who begins to believe there are sinister and supernatural forces at work in her home following the return of her estranged father.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's kind of gnarly. Uh, Number 9.
psychologically disturbed women.
Yeah.
I, mm, I'm good.
Also,
I'm good.
watch.
Nope.
Cállate. Oh yeah, the Little League World Series, Muddy says in Williamsport. Thanks, Muddy.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. So right to the right of that field,
Oh yeah, I see it.
okay, just to the right of the bush right there is where all these kids go sliding down on cardboard boxes, and
That is
everybody does it.
that
So
is
you got
so.
to check it out.
You know what would be
Um,
awesome is a slip and
yeah,
slide down that thing. Fire.
we have Muddy's daughter lives on a hill. And it's not that much of a hill, but it's got a pretty good grade to it.
Right.
And we keep telling her because we'll go to Costco and they have some really cool slip and slides there. And I keep telling them, you know what? We're just going to buy this thing and bring it to your house.
I'm Max. I'm
Oh my
telling
God.
you, and I'm telling you this out of sheer kindness and out of experience. As an older person, don't think you can run and dive on a slip and slide and have a good time. I almost went into traction for about 4 months, brother. Our bodies are not meant to
Oh,
dive and jump on the floor anymore.
there is
At
no
all.
bend. There's no flex.
No.
There's no. If I step down the steps wrong, I hurt my back. I hurt my hip, twisted ankle, and I keep Muddy's. I twisted my ankle the other day, and Muddy's like, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to put you down." I go, "It's just a bad ankle." Sorry, pal.
Sorry, it is
No,
what it is.
no, please. So yeah, good stuff. Good, and you know the stuff that we took advantage of. You know, like the friggin' big wheel. You know, you wreck
Try to
your
play
bike
twist.
and you come in
Try to
there all.
play twist. Try to play Twister today.
No, not even on a bet.
I could stand. I maybe could stand next to somebody playing and watch them for 5 minutes before I cramp up and have to sit down.
I, well, we could take this to. So, Muddy and I have started doing Tai Chi.
Oh,
Yeah, and Tai Chi is pretty cool. Tai Chi is actually pretty cool. Two of the hardest workouts. Now, understand, I wrestled since I was 8. I wrestled in college. I played football. I played baseball. I have done a lot of stuff that's horrible on your body. That's hard. The hardest workouts I've ever done is friggin' yoga and Tai Chi. Now, maybe it's because I'm old, and I'm okay with that.
right.
But I'll tell you what, man, that Tai Chi, it'll wear you out. I can
Is
barely do it for 10 minutes, and I'm
is it
taking breaks.
what kind of exercise is it?
Um,
Is it more stretching and movement?
it's a movement, yeah, movement,
Okay, yeah,
and it's pretty cool. And you engage a whole lot of your body, and it's just it's very you're actually relaxed after it, and they keep saying, eventually coordination will come back. Yeah, walking in place with, and everything is moving,
really.
and it's I'm telling you, it's a great workout. I do it before I go to bed. Then I grab a quick shower because I'm usually just sopping wet. So yeah. So, but anyway, the next movie is Images. Now you're going to actually see a theme. Images, a deeply psychological
Again.
American film about an author experiencing a deteriorating mind, hallucinating encounters, and doppelgangers,
Oh,
and unsettling visitations in a remote home. So, okay, so there's two right there that are talking
psychological.
about psychological. See, and
Yeah.
that's where they went. And I'm not going to hit them all. There's a movie that's really good. It's called The Other, and it's a very well put together about twin boys, and the one ends up dying,
Oh,
and they were kind of they both had the shine, and you get the reference.
okay. Yeah.
Um, they both had the shine, but when the one passed away, he was still communicating. It was interesting. It's pretty
Oh,
gnarly.
okay. All right. That's right
So
up the paranormal alley.
exactly. But like I said, it's all psychological. Tales from the Crypt. It was technically a British production. Now you know who lives in Tales of the Crypt, right?
The Crypt Keeper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's showing strangers meeting the Crypt Keeper and receiving terrifying visions of how they will die.
Oh
I
man.
actually like Tales from the Crypt.
You know,
That's
I seen the newer versions of Tales of the Crypt where it had that really skinny. I don't know if I could say this online. It looked like Nancy Pelosi, but it was a kind of skeleton looking old creature.
yeah, yeah. And what's funny is, I, it's they haven't done that bad with that, but some of the remakes that they make or have made recently, I have problems with because I'm very much I like
Yeah.
the old stuff. The Shining, for example, Muddy
Oh
and I
yeah.
and her son were talking about the other day. No, there's The Shining with Jack in it,
Yeah.
and then there was one again and I want to say the 90s, and it had Steven Weber in it. Now, Muddy seems to think that the more recent one is better because it followed the book.
Okay.
And she's right. She's right. I read the book. Here you go, Tales from
There
the
you
Crypt. There
go.
you
There
go.
you go.
What's he say? Sit around here, my something. I can't remember. He's got a tag that he says. But
Oh,
anyway, The Shining. The first time I saw The Shining was at my buddy's house, and it scared the heck out of me. It scared the heck out of me. Now, my buddy, we're like, I don't know, 16, 17 years old, and I'm sitting on the couch watching it. My buddy, and I will never throw his name out there, but he, Michael Fisher, He actually had to watch The Shining through a pillow. Now, I've been able to
Oh,
watch some things through a pillow. Don't get me wrong, but I'll tell
it
you what,
happens. It happens to the
it,
best of us.
it does. It does. It does. And that's when you have to walk down the hallway and you got to turn the lights on. And
I, I,
you've been going down
I,
this
I,
hallway forever.
I had to watch The Exorcist only because there you go, The Shining with Jack Nicholson.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I had to watch The Exorcist only because I could still hear it in my room with the pillow over my head, and my mom was watching it in her room in her bed. So I'm not going to say how old I was when I watched The Exorcist sitting next to my mom crying. All I know is I understand watching a movie through a pillow. That's all I'm going to say, man.
Yeah, I feel you 100%. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong because yeah. And you know what's funny is all those movies we see from the 70s, especially the scary movies. Those are the ones that have evolved into the stuff that we're watching now. Now I'm not
Oh,
a
yeah.
blood. There you go. The
Oh,
Exorcist, which was
oh,
a really awesome movie. It was really awesome movie. I like that. I thought it was very well put together.
yeah.
Um, there's actually a movie on here called The Night Stalker. And the
Hmm.
Night Stalker, he was a newspaper guy that would go out and do investigations all by himself.
Oh,
And I
wow.
think he lived in Vegas or something like that. His name was Kolchak, and it was just all the spiritual super. What do you call it? All had all this supernatural, spooky energy that defined all the ghost stories, and it was. I really like that whole
Wow.
series. Is pretty cool. Um, but yeah, and the last one I'll say is something evil. Again, I've never even heard of these. I might have to have Muddy and me sit down and watch a little bit of this.
Something
That's
evil.
something
I
that
think I started watching that as a younger adult.
uh-huh.
Yeah, but
Well, like
I couldn't tell you if I really did or not. There was a lot of movies that I watched throughout the years. A lot of the newer ones um, that I have seen really go along with the gifts of seeing things and seeing
mhm.
spirits and whatnot. Like
Yeah,
Constantine, that one was like super right on, super terrifying. Um, the Exorcist was scary as heck, but that was a lot of Hollywood. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't go on, but you know, um, the Exorcism of Emily Rose,
that was a good movie.
that that one was more of a documentary to me. That was really trippy.
Okay. Yeah, and that was yeah, exactly. And the funny thing, there's the difference between, they say that back the movies in the 70s and the 80s, they were so predictable. They were so, blood and guts and no 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 no, and it was campy.
Uh,
But that stuff
I,
scared the heck out of you.
yeah,
The
yeah. I
movies,
mean,
the movies, exactly. The movies nowadays, you know, you kind of know when something's going to happen.
yeah.
You know,
I
and that's
like
the hard
that
part
the
about
movies
it.
back then only because we weren't desensitized to all this stuff, and it left a lot to the imagination. I mean, they didn't show the blood and guts and the blood exploding onto the screen and this and
Yeah,
that like they do now. They could imply it, but back then, because we weren't so desensitized and because it was
exactly.
just, you know, it really our imagination really made it that much more scary. At least
Well,
it did for me.
absolutely. Well, you were a little closer to the problem, I think. You actually were living
Yeah,
the dream or the
living
nightmare, weren't
living
you?
the vida loca.
And that's the hard part about it. I think our house was haunted, but I think it was more of a just somebody that was around. You know what I mean? I know my mom um, was either she was weird or whatever. I remember going to a cemetery and her saying, this is the safest place you can be at night. And I remember looking up and seeing people walk by, and I'm thinking to myself, I was talking to my sister, I'd be like, you know what? You see those people over there? Yeah. I really hope they're real. I really do. I mean, this was 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night in Bakersfield.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was just like, oh my, and this was 50 years ago. So I don't even
And
know, man. I
you
don't
know,
even know.
it's funny. I've used that same terminology with my kids when we go to the cemeteries because for some reason yeah, I'm always been drawn to it. Me and Pumpkin Girl. But that was one of the things when my kids would be scared. Why are you always over here? I go, this is one of the safest places you can be. It's hallowed
Mhm.
ground. I go, everything you're going to see here is just people, whether they're here or whether they're on the other side. These are just people here.
Exactly. And yeah, it's, you know what? I kind of have that thought process of about, where, if um where do you die? So do you actually, if you die, if you're in an accident, do you die at the accident scene? Is that the place you haunt? And why do you haunt there? Because you're going to go to the hospital, you're going to go to the morgue, you're going to go to the cemetery or whatever. So where do you have a choice in where you haunt? And
Here's
do
another one
you,
for you. Here's another one for you. Do you haunt in your favorite shirt and underwear? Or or are you assigned clothes after you pass away, or do you haunt in the clothes you're wearing? Say I'm going to a costume party and I'm dressed like a reggae transvestite. Am I gonna die and haunt people as a reggae? Cause I say that only because I dressed as one for Halloween a couple years back, which was hilarious, by the way. But
magic?
and that's a question. I'm like, am I gonna if I were to pass away? Would I be stuck with this for the rest of eternity, driving around with dreadlocks and a rainbow dress?
You mean that's not a Friday? A Friday afternoon for you?
That would be a Saturday, brother. Awesome.
Stand by.